Search has resumed for an Australian man who fell overboard a cruise ship en route to Hawaii. Joining us live now, Maritime Lawyer James Walker. James, appreciate your time. Thanks for your time this morning. It's still ongoing, this search, which we should add. It has resumed for a second day. But what are your observations from afar, James? What troubles you the most, other than the missing man, of course, and his alleged partner, but what troubles you about the investigation?
So this is the 377th cruise overboard in the last 20 years or so. There's probably 12 to 15 people who fall through cruise ships every year, many of them passengers, many of them crew members. In the U.S., there's legislation requiring cruise ships to have automatic man overboard systems. These systems work when someone goes over the rail of the ship. A signal is sent to the bridge notifying them that someone has gone over the rails. And then through infrared technology and radar technology, they can actually track the person in the water, and which maximizes the recovery of a successful rescue. In this particular ship, they did not have a man overboard system. Royal Caribbean cruise ships do not have this technology, unfortunately. And this particular cruise line also has a policy not to permit the captain to turn the ship around until they first notified the home headquarters here in Miami and advising them that there's been a man overboard before they can begin search and rescue operations. So it's another person overboard. It happens 12 to 15 times a month. And unfortunately, this particular cruise line has had many people fall overboard over the years, and they haven't installed the necessary technology to increase the chances of a successful recovery.
Right, so it sounds to me from what you're saying, if this technology wasn't there, then there could be legal options available for family members. Again, we don't know what's happened here. We're speculating exactly what's happened, but if this technology wasn't there to suggest that someone's gone overboard, then there's potential damages that could be sought here. Am I right?
You are. The damages are very limited, unfortunately. Under U.S. law, there's a statute, a federal statute called the Death on the High Seas Act. If you're retired, if you're not a wage earner, the only damages that can be recovered are the burial expenses assuming they find your body.
Yeah.
So the damages are very, very limited. The human tragedy is immense, though, of course. This family has lost someone overboard. Losing someone overboard at night in dark water it's like searching for a needle in a haystack. So unless you have this advanced technology that tracks the missing person in the water, you're really going to have an unsuccessful outcome.
12 to 15 people going overboard a year. I didn't realise it was that high, James. I'm presuming here that it's booze related, potentially suicide, a bit of that as well.
Yeah, so the number one cause of people falling off cruise ships is over-serving alcohol. The cruise ship companies have to make a profit. They push the sale of alcohol, and about 80 to 90% of the people fall off the ship accidentally, if you can believe that or not. You put 15, 20 drinks in someone over a 4-hour period, they can fall off a couch, including a cruise ship or something like that. And then suicides is a second leading cause of overboards. That happens only maybe 5 or 10%, and the other 5 or 10% is foul play. Husbands or acquaintances throwing their spouse over the rails.
Wow. Interesting, James. Really appreciate your time this morning. James Walker there, he is a maritime lawyer speaking to us live from the US, and this comes as the search has resumed for that Australian man who went overboard yesterday, and you'd have to assume that the longer this takes, the more that leads to a recovery, not a rescue, but we still hold out hope that somehow he might be alive. But yeah, more time goes on, that dims. James Walker, thank you.